We have one jazz club across the street, one on the corner, and Yoshi's supposed to be moving down the block. And before then, they had all jazz from Sutter all the way down to Golden Gate. So I coined my own phrase. I said, Fillmore, no more.
Fillmore is just like any other black urban neighborhood in America. I guess back in the day it was called the Harlem of the West Coast, but today it's changed a lot.
I know we're trying to make it seem that it is the same with the music scene as far as like the blues and the jazz, but no, it's definitely missing an umph.
I've seen a lot of changes and a lot of improvements, and hopefully things will get better.
You get into my music, you'll hear some of the struggles about growing up in the Western Addition and the Fillmore as well. You know what I mean? Oh man, you know the struggles of poverty, drug addiction, prison, the system, and you know what I mean, racism, and you know, you name it. You know, it's all out here. It's a little more blatant than say the South or whatever, but it's here. You know what I mean? They dress it up, but it's here. We fight it every day and overcome it. You know what I mean?
Pretty much the neighborhood was just a whole lot blacker. I mean, you know, it was a predominantly large population of black people. Most of them came from the South. They came out here to work. They found jobs and just stayed. Basically, after the urban renewal, it was basically Negro removal. It removed all the Negroes out of the all the black folks left with urban renewal. They sold their houses, they sold their businesses, and as you see, the gentrification is continuing. San Francisco is a town where you have to have money to be here. We don't care what color you are. If you don't have any money, you got to go. And it's just magnified here in the Western Addition. If you don't have the money to live here in the Western Addition, you got to go.
Fillmore Street became divided. Upper Fillmore now has their own association. This middle part of Fillmore has its own association. The Koreans have their own association now. So there's not a collective cohesiveness of all business owners in this area. This was not a predominantly black-owned area. Chinese and black and Jewish. The buildings were owned by the Jewish. The blacks had the businesses, but the Chinese had all the stores. See, we had like restaurants. There were maybe 2 or 3 dress shops. There were shoe shine parlors. There were barber shops, hair salons, little pool, pool halls, that kind of thing. But the thing I resent when they talk about the Fillmore, they totally exclude the vast majority of stores that were owned by the Chinese in this area. Blacks came into this area more because of this, they lived in this area. But in terms of exclusivity and businesses, they weren't exclusively all black.
Well, I'm thankful to God that I have survived to be here this long. And it's nothing but, to me, the grace of God and people that have wanted to promote black business. And that's the only reason why a lot of them are still surviving. We won't give up. We put our heart, soul, and mind into this. So it's been a lot of challenges and a lot of changes, but we're determined not to give up.
The Fillmore, it used to be about 80% black, even when I was growing up. But ever since the late 80s, there's been a lot of gentrification. Everybody's moved to Sacramento, Fairfield, Vacaville, Antioch, or whatever. So it's still San Francisco. I love it, but it's not how it was when I grew up. There was black people everywhere. It was like Harlem or Chicago, but now it's turning into, instead of a tourist attraction, it's becoming a place where people come to live now and take over. The developments that are going on around here, I have mixed feelings about them. I like them and I hate them at the same time. I love the fact that they're developing the area, but I hate the fact that it's not for us. Like the Fillmore Center, a one-bedroom is like $1,700. The Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King co-ops, they're jacking the prices up and getting all the residents out of there. Just in general, just the pricing of all houses or apartments in San Francisco.
I really like the Fillmore. This has always been a real nice community. In other parts of the city, when it's cold in other parts of the city, it's always nice over here.
So what was the Fillmore like when you came here?
It was all empty. Had a whole lot of vacant lots, down here. And they said at the time, redevelopment said what they would do was they would give people certificates, owners and businesses to move, out and give them a certificate so they have first preference to move back in. But that took about 35 years. So the whole Fillmore was vacant. And what happened then after that, though, the redevelopment gave some of the senior citizens a certificate to, put up little, what they call home gardens. So that's what we had up and down Fillmore, gardens, until the people came in and built the Fillmore Center and the Safeway across the street. And since then, they've been trying to rebuild the area to the old jazz area that it was before, but I don't think it's gonna happen. In this particular area right here, all Koreans moving in. We're the only Afro-American business in this block. No, you can't be in my movie. Yeah, we are. We're the only Afro-Americans in this whole block. Everything else is Koreans. We thought the whites would move down here since, when you get to Sutter Street, everything is altogether different down there, but no, it's all Koreans down here. And hopefully we'll be here for a while, we hope. But, that's the only thing we can go on, just hope for the best. But no, we are the only Afro-Americans in this whole block. When we there, as a matter of fact, on this whole street, from Sutter all the way down to McAllister. The only Afro-American business. We have one around the corner, two around the corner on Gary Street. But no, no. Like I said before, Fillmore, no more. It'll never be the same again. No way. No way. I'd like to see it, but it won't happen, no.
I think development, physical development of structures I think that's good. But it's the mindset that comes behind that, or come with that, or before that actually, as to how people are going to relate to each other as a community at large. And the indigenous people in the community is very diverse. And if that isn't being the front runner for our existence, then I think we're missing a lot. So it's about the people. It's about the people.